What's up everybody, John from Old Running Farm here. Thanks for joining us. In this video, I'm gonna show you 7 things you need to get started building chicken coops all by your lonesome. Let's get to work. So first thing on the list is the trusty circular saw. So this is a Milwaukee 6 3/4 inch circular saw. There's lots of different ones out there. We started off and we had a Sawzall that had this kind of battery. And so this works for all the tools. So we figured, keep going that way. This has been a great circular saw and it's worked out really well. You can also get the 7 1/4, which will cut thicker wood. But for the most part, this works just fine. So the reason why I use a circular saw and not a chop saw or miter saw is because this is much more mobile. It's battery powered, so you don't need to bring an extension cord wherever you go. But one of the most important things that I've found in building chicken coops, so I have one here, I've built 6 or 7 for other people around town, and I can tell you I've done both the build at our workshop and deliver, and build on site, and I can tell you building on site is much easier. If you want to make things easy on yourself, you're going to want to build your chicken coop, especially if it's a big one, right where it's going to be. That way you don't have to deal with transporting heavy materials and all that kind of stuff. So next on the list is the square. Bing, just like this. This is going to do a bunch of different things for you. If you have a pitched roof, you can use this to find the right angle. But what I use this for is cutting straight lines. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your square, and you just take the thick edge, hold it right up against your board. That's going to give you a nice 90-degree angle right here. Then you can take the base of your circular saw, give it a little bit of pressure right against that, and then you get a nice straight cut right there. Next on my list, which is number 3, is tape measure. And that should be pretty obvious. Tape measure is pretty straightforward. This is the one that I have. My wife actually bought me this, so she's very nice. Catherine, thank you. One piece of advice, always take a look at how the measurements are displayed on your tape measure. Some of them are different than others. Like this one doesn't actually mark the feet. It just gives you inches. So you can see, 12 inches is where the 1 foot mark would be. And so I like this. Sometimes it's a little bit of a pain in the neck, but when you're measuring something really long and then you're gonna make a cut, sometimes it's easier to know it's 85 inches as opposed to, 7 feet, 3 inches. So this is nice. This one also has little red markings for stud positions. So this is 16-inch on center. So you'll see 16, 32, and 48 are all marked in case you're framing stuff out. But the thing I really like about this one is it gives you the midpoint for each piece. So if you look here, if you look at 22, there's a little red number at the bottom that says 11. That means 11 is the halfway point. So if you have something like 28 3/4, it'll tell you the halfway point is 14 3/8, which is really nice.
The other thing that I like about it is that there's fractions right on it. So if John tells me to measure a quarter, I don't have to figure out which line that is. It's right there.
If you've watched any of our videos, you know how good we are at math. Next up, and this is by far my favorite tool that I've ever owned. Not that I've owned a ton of them, but the impact driver. So this is the Milwaukee Fuel M18 battery powered impact driver. Got this a few years ago, and this has not left my side. Everything I've ever built, I've used this. So when we built the coop behind me, we actually used 2 drills, and so we would pre-drill a hole, and then we would use another drill to screw in the screw. This baby, that's not a problem anymore. One tool gets the job done. So I'll show you how this works. If you're super particular, or if you're an actual carpenter, you probably will not do this. But if you're just, some guy trying to get stuff done on the weekend or after work, this works just fine. So this is just a scrap piece of wood we have. And normally if you're trying to put a screw like this into a piece of wood, you have to pre-drill a hole and then drill this in there. But with this, it just goes in. So next thing on my list is another one of my favorite tools, the KREG jig. That's KREG. This is just the little one that you can get, I think it's like 30 bucks or something like that. So totally worth it, because if you're ever trying to build a chicken coop door, it's often beneficial to get 2 pieces of wood to sit like this. So you can like toenail it in there or something like that, but it's so nice to be able to use this. And again, this is the quick and dirty version. So there's 2 parts to this. You can see right here, numbers. And so this is going to be the thickness of your wood. So it's literally just you push this down and you can set the depth. Since we're using 2x4s, it's gonna be 1.5 inches. And then, so this is the drill bit, and it's got a little adjustable Allen key thing here. So this is gonna be determined by how long your screw is. So this is permanently set for 3-inch screws because that's what I use all the time. And again, this is the super lazy man version. So you're gonna hook this on the end here. So you can see there's 2 little blocks right there that hold it in place. Normally what you're supposed to do is put a clamp on here and then drill it, but I like to just hold it down, and then you just put this drill bit in the guides and drill holes. And so you can see now, you got these 2 nicely angled holes. So if you want to put 2 pieces of wood together like so, it's gonna go like this. Hold it at the angle you want. And there you go. Nice 90-degree angle. Beautiful. So next on the list, especially if you are building chicken coops, is some nice wire cutters. There's a bunch of different options you can get for these. These were just a cheap pair we got from one of the big box stores. The thing I like about these is that they're spring loaded, because if you just get like the standard wire cutters, you're gonna have to like close it, push it to open it, and that's a big pain in the butt. So you can just kind of clip, and clip, and clip, and clip, and clip, and clip, and clip. So anybody who's ever worked with chicken wire before knows it's a huge pain in the ass. Hardware cloth is even worse, so definitely get yourself a set of spring-loaded wire clippers. A lot of people will say you can use a circular saw or an angle grinder or something like that. So if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. We go the old school way, I guess.
Out of here.
So next on our list was a game changer for me when it came to building runs when you're using chicken wire or hardware cloth and trying to put them together. We learned about this from Living Traditions Homestead on YouTube. These are rabbit clip pliers, and these are rabbit clips. It's just a really simple piece of metal. Okay, so these are the clips, and so you can see there's this little piece of metal right here that you can load up in here, and then you can very easily take 2 pieces of chicken wire, and then you can just wrap this around here, and it clips them together. So we put together some seams on our chicken run right here, so you can see again how it works. So you just kind of wrap it around there where you want it to overlap, squeeze it together, stronger than anything. All right, thank you guys very much for watching this video. Really appreciate it. Was there something that you feel I left off my list? Is there something that you think we need? Please let us know in the comments below. Other than that, please subscribe. Thanks for watching.